From your local election headquarters, this is Big Country Politics on KTAB.
Okay, welcome back to Big Country Politics. We are continuing our conversation with Jim Hicks, District Attorney here in Taylor County, and we're talking about recent arrest here in Abilene, online solicitation of a minor. Basically, adults preying on kids through social media or other means. And then you talked about in our last segment that these perps, I don't know what else to call them,
bad people
have the idea that, you know, if they get caught, their victim is going to be embarrassed, afraid to come forward.
And that's one of the other misconceptions that I would like to express to the public. As the district attorney, you have a responsibility to make sure that violent, offensive individuals are protected, are not protected, but the world is protected from them, okay? But what cannot be ignored is that we must protect victims as well. We stay very busy. If you've spoken with any of my cybercrimes unit, they're swamped. But the problem is that the offender that is not in contact with a deputy or a law enforcement officer may very well be in contact with a youngster. It happens every day. And unfortunately, when we get those type of cases to prosecute, they have this ability to gamble, and sometimes it's true, these kids don't want to talk. These kids are so humiliated, so embarrassed that things happen the way they did. They're almost unwilling to testify to protect their identity from the public. And one of the things, you know, you were talking about sentencing, okay? We don't always go to jury trials. Sometimes if the parents of the child say it's been traumatized, this child has been in counseling, this child won't open up to anybody else, this child is a self-cutter, is going through all of the problems that mutilated, disassociated kids become when they're sexually assaulted like this. You cannot help them by putting them through a 2 or 3 day trial in front of their accuser. That's one of the biggest problems we have, is the balancing act to do what's in the best interest of the victim and make sure that the bad guy gets caught and sent as far away from our children as we can.
Well, I can only imagine what that's like, because you've seen it hundreds of times, I'm sure. I've seen it a couple of times where the victim does get up.
Yes.
And sits in that chair.
Freezes like an ice cube.
Not only in front of their offender, but in front of everybody in the gallery, in front of this jury, in front of dozens, more than dozens of people. It's got to be.
And years of experience tells me that no matter how well you prepare your victim, no matter how well you are able to predict what can happen to them and explain to them the possibility, they're still going to be talking to 12 individuals they've never met before about the most embarrassing part of their entire life. And I have seen it happen. I have seen it happen in many occasions where you would think it will never work. And whether you just believe God moved these people, these children just got the courage to come clean, or they just got upset at what you did to me, they finally, for one time, will tell somebody, a stranger, what really happened to them. And that is the situation that you have to know going in. Sometimes they'll have the ability to do that. Sometimes they won't. And that may come into play too when you're talking about sentencing, because if you have a child that's been in counseling for several years, if you have a child that has been traumatized immensely, and is not speaking. I've had nonverbal 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, because they just quit talking. They didn't just quit talking about the offense, they just quit talking about everybody. And you know something horrible happened to this child, but they're not saying. That's when you have to make sure that the offender gets convicted. And sometimes my guys face that. They have to make a decision. That may be one of those cases where it is a probated offense. It's not because we want to do it. It's just we're going to catch the guy and hopefully catch him on the backside.
Once they're on probation.
Once they're on probation. You know, and we have these questions come up all the time. That's why I was excited to talk to you. But in a sentencing phase, a lot of times, the most important thing I could tell you, Victor, is if you get concerned about your community and you get concerned about your children, show up for jury service. Come to jury service. Because when a sentence is rendered either by a judge or by a jury, we've done our job. We've done our best we could do. But if we didn't have John or Jane Doe in the jury pool because they had to go to work that day, or they had something that was more important than seeing justice done in Taylor County, we probably didn't get the sentence we wanted. So, other than educate your children, there's bad people out there, and other, you know, trying to protect them from all these creeps, and that's what they are, that slide around under the cover of anonymity and prey on your children. Go to jury service. Make a difference. Say, I'm proud to be here. I want to hear a case. I'm the fairest, most impartial person you'll ever find, and I want to serve. We'll make a difference if that happens.
All right. Can't think of a better place to stop right
You
there.
done?
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Not a problem.
Appreciate you. All right. We'll be back on Big Country Politics.